All right, hey guys, what is up? It is Bibzuda. I'm back here once again on the Outlast trials. In this video, I'm going to be going over my custom trial that I've submitted for the Red Barrels Trial Maker tournament, and I'm hopefully going to convince you guys to potentially vote for my trial if you would like to see it as the selected one for next week. There's going to be two links in the description. The first link is going to be just a link to join the Red Barrels official Discord. If you're not already in there, you definitely should. That's a great place to get news, talk to other people about Outlast trials and the other games, and maybe get in a group to play together. So definitely join that. And then the second link, once you're in the Discord, will take you directly to the channel which contains my trial. And to vote for it, you just click the A+ to add your reaction. We currently have 30 votes on the trial, and at 10 a.m. next Tuesday, they will be switching the currently selected trial. Right now, it's currently the Escape the Truth trial by Cotsworth, who had the first one selected when the patch came out. My trial here is called Wrangle the Package, and I'm going to go over it and then do a run of it myself, just to show you guys what's what it involves, and I can maybe give you some tips if it ends up getting selected on how to do a bit better. So yeah, basically, I thought about how to make a good trial for the Custom Trial Maker tournament, and I decided to go with a more solo-focused trial, although I probably will make another one in the future to potentially highlight group play as well. But yeah, this is assuming that the goal is to get the best grade and the best time. So A+ will always beat an A regardless of time, but then if you both have A+, whoever has the best time wins. We actually aren't 100% sure on how they're going to be doing the winners. They might do one for grade and time and then one for just time. I don't know, though. They haven't officially confirmed that, I don't think. But yeah, given that, I thought that the best way to do this would be to either make a trial that is pretty easy to A+, going slowly and stealthily, but pretty difficult to get A+ while you go fast. Or you could get a trial that is very hard to A+, such that it would probably be the factor of winning. Like, there would be very few people who would even manage the A+. I decided to go for the first approach, which is basically this trial, which will be, in my opinion, not too bad if you go slow and take it stealthily to get an A+ in it. But if you want to go fast, you're going to have a pretty dang hard time to maintain that A+. So I think Stash the Contraband was a good selection. I went with Stash the Contraband, partially because it's a newer trial. I'm a fan of it, and also it's a little bit less well known for people who, like older trials that people already know super well would be much more easy to get quick times on, and people have already a ton of experience with them. But I think it's a good selection because it has a really high enemy density quite a bit in quite a bit of places, and so it benefits quite a bit from going slow to avoid those X-pops and getting into like a chain chase with multiple people. And also you can avoid opening the alarm doors if you're patient and go around and do stuff like that, because those can make things worse. You also have Franco, of course, in the trial, so he can catch you off guard and shoot you if you're not prepared, and that, again, benefits going slow, and his traps are easier to miss if you're going pretty fast. And then for Variators, you could have enraged enemies on here to make it super nice to be stealthy, but Kotz already had enraged enemies on his, and I think that might make it a little bit too hard for what I'm going for with this approach. So what I've gone for is I actually have Collect the Rats as a secondary objective, since I thought it'd be cool to have a secondary objective replacer. Collect the Rats is an interesting one, and it's not too hard to complete if you know where to look for items. So that one's kind of cool. I put limited inventory on it just so that you only have 3 inventory slots. So if you want to do a full run to a certain location, since each location has 3 things, then you are going to need to not have any items to use on you. Extended rig cooldown, so you can't just spam your rig, and it's a little bit more tactical on when you want to use it. Increased threat, just so there's more enemies in the trial. Health Sickness is the boss or challenging variator that I went for with this one, because if you go slow and you're not too worried about speed, you can easily find the pills eventually and get your health back up. But if you want to go as fast as possible, you probably won't even grab any pills unless one's like right in your way, and then you're at risk of dying in one hit. So I think that's kind of an interesting thing. And then I have no amps, just to avoid someone taking backpack to circumvent the limited inventory. And similarly, yeah, that's the main reason, but also just to keep it a little bit more even. I did leave the rig in. Of course, it just has the extended cooldown. So yeah, I think this makes a cool combination to emphasize the potential for getting an A+, slowly being fairly easy, whereas going fast and getting an A+ is rather difficult. So I'm going to start it up and I'm going to do it here. I'm going to bring stun. I think that would generally be the best approach. Damn, this guy's getting smoked in tennis over here. Oh, snap. All right. We got the trial coming in. But yeah, the second approach, of course, to be maximum evil and stuff is definitely viable as well. If that's something people are interested in, maybe that will be the next week's challenge or something. But I don't know. I think as a community challenge that a lot of people are going to want to try, making it more accessible is probably a better approach. I'm not necessarily going to go for a super fast time here. Maybe I will do a little bit of a quicker attempt when it's actually released. But yeah, that's hopefully that's my rationale and my idea. And obviously, you can argue that the thoughts that I had in the comments, but yeah, I kind of dove a little deep into the theory behind this when I was looking at trials potentially for this tournament before the release, because we were aware of this prior and were able to theory craft what trials we wanted to potentially make, and this is the one that I came up with. So we're going to jump into it, and I will point out all of the locations of the potential packet or barrels that you need to know about. That will hopefully help you guys out in getting fast times, and yeah, should be fun. So one thing I always have been doing recently, because I've been doing a lot of escalation, I'm actually going to relapse at the end of this video to my third relapse. I wanted to record this first so I could have my rig and prescriptions available, but that should be pretty cool to have my third relapse on video as well. So here we go. We're on Wrangle the Package on the docks, and obviously it's nice to have your night vision on. I don't have any door related or trap related variators, so you don't have to worry too much about the traps. One good thing is you can go around here and use this instead of waiting for the mannequin door, although it might be like the same timing. And just keeping an eye out for those health sickness pills being anywhere easily accessible is always a good idea. And then we can just grab our first 3. And Franco does show up here, but I've never actually been shot by him there. Nice rat there. So maybe you can get shot by him, but yeah. I'm also hoping that this trial will be a little bit less of a reset fest, because the current one, Escape the Courthouse, is very reset heavy, since there's quite a bit of RNG, and there's obviously going to be a decent amount of RNG in this one as well. In any trial that you're trying to go for super fast times, there will be RNG of the barrel spawns, of whatever, but hopefully this will be a bit reduced, at least with the variators I have on it. So there is our first barrel. That's the first location in Chemco that you can get. And then there's 2 locations up here. There's one like in that corner, and then one in this corner. We didn't get either of those. I thought that's a bottle. Okay, it's not. Honestly, I think this is not a horrible time to just use likely my 1 rig usage. There could be one there and one here. I will use the alarm door. There's quite a lot of locations in Chemco. I think there's going to be one over there. There's one there. And then there's one in the far room. So we have our R2, but there's also one in that room, which is really annoying if you get that. And of course, we have Henrietta. I don't have the Jaeger variator on the trial, but she can still show up. And that, I think, would probably be considered a bit of bad luck. Oh, well, I'm dead, I think, actually. Oh, no, it's just increased threat 1. Okay. No. I wanted to go through that door, but I ended up grabbing a stupid battery instead. Hopefully this will be open. It is. So as you can see, I mean, if you get Henrietta, that's kind of just like, that's just kind of rough. I don't know what Franco's doing. But, yeah, this is just going to be an example run. Again, I'm not going for the fastest time here or anything, and I probably would have ended up having to reset if I got Henrietta and I was going for a super fast speed run. I feel like she is pretty rare to spawn in normal trials. Okay, so there can be one in here, which we did get. There can be one inside the vault here, which we didn't get. And then there can be one right inside of here, which we also got. This one seems to spawn rather often. We obviously have to go back to Chemco to finish that off, but we don't want to go there immediately. I don't think we can actually... I don't know how I ended up avoiding that. Oh, maybe we can get through here? There can be one on the stage, which we also got. And then there's several that can be downstairs, which I can show off as well. But yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind going to those links, if you're not in the Discord, definitely join it. If you are, just click the link that takes you to the specific channel and add your reaction to the post, and that counts as a vote to have this selected as our trial for next week. I think there's just a lot more room for differences in times, really, and like you could even reasonably consider bringing the jammer for this, as it might be worth it to actually like help you in some specific situation. So that's certainly an idea. But yeah, I guess basically the idea was to not make the trial overall just completely hard as balls, but to make it quite hectic and challenging to speed run. So if people just want to complete the trial and get their time out there, maybe even get an A+, then that should hopefully be realistically doable. Like obviously I'm still sprinting around quite a bit, going pretty fast, but it's certainly not necessary. There's no like countdown or anything ushering you along. And here's our last one. There's 2 spawns that can be downstairs as well, so I'll go down and show those off really quick, and then we just have the train depot left to get this done. I haven't seen a lot of health sickness pill containers. There can be one in this room right there. It's rather annoying. Maybe I can show it through the window, and that'll just be good enough, so we don't have to go all the way through. So there's some slot machines right here, and there can be a barrel like right there next to those slot machines. So that should cover all of the locations, I believe, in Chemco and the casino. And then the train depot is pretty simple. It only has 4 locations besides the one that's guaranteed spawn at the bottom floor, and it's like 2 on each side pretty much. So I'm gonna show those off. And yeah, so it being increased threat 1 as well, like if you find 1 health sickness pill like I did, you kind of have a decent chance at still surviving certain attacks. So trying to get at least 1. I mean, it has a lot more, again, like I said, a lot more potential for maybe strats, maybe different approaches. The Escape the Courthouse trial was fun, honestly. I had a fun time speedrunning it and going for low times, but once you get to the really low portions of it, it was essentially just RNG, and everyone would have been running stun on that one. Although, again, I can absolutely see a case for maybe running jammer. So over here, this is one of the spawns. Hopefully he doesn't come in here. Okay. So there's 2 spawns on this side, 2 spawns on the other side. That is the first spawn, and we did get that. Obviously using the crouch hopping technique is going to be helpful to go fast. Still not sure if this is something they'll remove ever. And this is the other spawn on this side, so we did get both. So I would be obviously wanting to leave right now since I've finished the trial, but I will show the other locations. Oh, this is bad. This is actually quite bad. I mean, there's no way I didn't get hit there. What? That's insane. Alright, well, this is not ideal to have to go this way, but hopefully the mannequin timings line up. Oh, this is actually lining up nicely. As long as that guy doesn't come over here. Let me in, let me in, let me in. The other spawns that you can get for the barrels, one is there in the corner. Right there. And then one is in this room. I think it's like here somewhere. Or maybe here. It's in this room somewhere. And yeah, that's basically it for all the barrel spawns. So yeah, if you guys are, you know, if you guys wouldn't mind casting your vote for this trial, I would greatly appreciate it. Currently, the thing that's in second place is an absolutely horrifying masochism run through Poison the Medicine, which I'm not sure many people would enjoy. That involve. I think that has, you know, it has all the horrible variators. I can check it after I just finish this off. Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool trial. I've been a fan of Stash the Contraband since it came out. But if you have any thoughts, then obviously let me know down in the comments.
Fuck you! You think I'm getting any up here?
No, like, what was even going on there? That was just craziness. I probably didn't get the A+, or maybe I did, I don't know. Yeah, no. So A in 904. I don't know how fast people get this trial, probably pretty damn fast, but yeah, the 2 damage and not having a ton of stuff that I did wasn't great, but overall, I think it's a fun trial. I really do, and I think it definitely plays into the speedrunning aspect quite a bit, like the speed versus skill, like how slow do you want to take it? Do you want to grab that extra health sickness pill, or like, you know, how much time does it really save for you to punch and then take the health sickness pill? I mean, it's definitely a few seconds-ish, but is that worth the potential loss of the entire run if you take damage? Maybe, but that's kind of one of the main reasons I picked health sickness as the approach. I also wanted to have prime time on here since I just think it's a fun variator, but that was not allowed alongside health sickness. So I think I swapped in no amps for that, which kind of I think fits it better, because then it keeps the inventory to 3. And obviously, if you want to take it even slower than I did, and I didn't take it very slow, you could also do more or less than 3 packets at a time. You don't have to bring all 3 with you if you don't want. But yeah, while we're here, we can have a seat here and get our relapse level up to level 3 here. So that's pretty cool. We've hit our 3rd relapse, and no need to read the notification here. I will do it immediately. And yeah, we're on the grind here. So I may be streaming some more tonight. I'm not sure if it'll be tonight or tomorrow, but definitely look out for those notifications. Don't forget to smash like if you haven't. Do check out those links down below to join the votes for my trial. And yeah. I'll be continuing to cover the Jaeger event in the coming days, and we'll see how we can do in there. The first one, looking at the Union, was quite tough, but yeah, I'll see you guys for another stream or another video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and peace out. I'm gonna buy Last Chance, I think. So there we go. We've got 3 amps in our loadout that are now all orange. Pretty cool. All right. Peace out, guys. Thanks for watching. Got a little distracted towards the end, but I also wanted to say big thanks to all my channel members, of course, who will be popping up on the screen here. Special thanks to those in the Reborn Reagent here and above. So big shout out to Mr. Crypt, Laura 3 of a Kind, and Serkan Ergun. Thank you guys so much for your generous support. If you want to support the video yourself, please go ahead and check out the join button down below. All right. Peace out.